I guess is everyone really quickly. Who wants to recap what happened since the last time we played?
I picked David.
All right. Well, I can recap what we did because I'll just read what I wrote down.
Read what you wrote.
All right. Let's see. Okay, so our audience, of course. Oh no.
Our audience. Oh no.
Like the 4 people that maybe watched it would know that we fought Clarg in exchange for Sildar's life in the what's the name of the cave?
Just the Kragmaw hideout.
Yeah, the Kragmars. And so we busted their chops. Ma. Hey, Ma.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let me see here. Yeah, so we killed that guy. We got some lucky rolls, maybe some spoofed dice on some Clarg attack. Who knows? And then the last 6 days, we've been basically sitting in our cart. We got some treasure. We got some cargo that goes to a place in Phandalin. There's a blue dragon symbol on it. And Sildar told us we can make some money by giving it to someone. Bow. Kikuchiyo, was talking to some peasants who were rolling their own cart with some apples I've got out of character, found out. Pressured the DM a little bit, so I'm on the inside track. And right now, Kikuchiyo is kind of in the middle of a conversation with a halfling daddy, a halfling son, and a human man, and he's kind of pumping them for information about the town. I'll just read off the last couple paragraphs here, so we can kind of just hit the ground and resume. I believe our current positions are Kikuchiyo up a little bit ahead of the rest of the group, talking to this other wagon, and I believe our wagon's probably catching up. They probably slowed down a little bit. I offered to hang. So, let's see. I'll just read. Axe is up there as well. He says, some friends of ours were ambushed ways back up the road by goblins. We didn't see the overturned cart. Kikuchiyo blusters. The human gets nervous, and the human man, Duran, says it's an ill day if the Kragmaws are being so bold to attack armed travelers in the daylight. And he tells us we should let Westminster Harbin know so he can raise a watch. The halflings are Gillian or Gian, who's the adult halfling, and Carp is the kid. Turns out his name's not really Westminster Harbin. They're making fun of him. It's Harbin Wester, and he is the town master. And sounds like they're kind of indifferent to his rule, but they picked him, and he's doing it fair and square. And I started asking him about what does the lion shield deal in, which is the symbol of that extra packaging. And now I'm asking them if Sildar Hallwinter is known around these parts. I'm seeing if our boy Sildar has any kind of reputation.
Cred.
Yeah. So that's where we are.
Gotcha. All right. So Darren, the human man, he perks up at both the mention of the lion shield, Coster, and also Sildar. And he's like, "Oh yeah, the Coster is one of the stores in Phandalin. It's run by a woman who has had some trouble as of late. Sildar's known around these parts. He works with Gundren mostly."
Maybe I'll ask this out of character. Do we know, does Gundren have a place of business there, or is he simply trading with people? And
Yeah, so what you know, actually all of you know, because all of you were basically hired by Gundren to help escort goods to Phandalin, is he has some sort of business venture out in Phandalin that you didn't really have a lot of information about when you first started on your trek. But after talking with Sildar Hallwinter, it became pretty apparent that Gundren and his brothers have discovered, we believe, the location of the lost mind of Phandelver and the Forge of Souls.
In the
So
Wave
you
Echo Cave.
believe that's the kind of discussion you had with him, is that is why, like, the map that was stolen that Gundren had, it was to the lost mine.
Yes.
And is that the Wave Echo Cave, or is that a different thing?
It is in the Wave Echo Cave.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to step upstairs for like 30 seconds because my Roll20 character sheet is broken and I need to get my paper one so that I have a good reference. So I'll be back.
Is your D&D Beyond one not work?
I will try to pull it up, but it isn't actually syncing up right now. I might just need to refresh.
Yeah, you're probably best just using the D&D Beyond on a separate tab. The Roll20 has not been pulling correctly.
All right.
Yeah.
Strange.
Carry on. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
All right, so we're still heading into town with these guys. So now it's hard to think of what to say. I asked them if there's anything we should know about Phandalin.
They don't really give you any additional information. I mean, Phandalin's kind of a newly resettled town, whereas it was a community when the Forge of Souls was populated by the gnomes and humans. But it's only recently been recolonized, essentially.
Is there anything? You said that he's carrying apples in there. Is there anything else that looks like they're trying to hide? Anything else? Like, why is a human hanging out with a little baby halfling boy? I mean, Axe is naturally just on edge about everything, but
yeah. So it seems that the halfling child is the child of the adult halfling male, who seems to be friends, colleagues, neighbors of Darren, who owns an orchard just outside the city.
So they just happened to be together. We did happen to be together when we happened to run into them.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like as a narrative.
Oh, weird. Interesting. Who would have thought? Like it's a module or something.
Yeah. Darren does kind of look at you and look at your swords and says, I have no doubt that if you're able to handle any goblins on the trail, that you can handle yourselves in a scrap. But do be wary of anybody wearing a red cloak in the town. There's a group of troublemakers in the area who I don't think that you should get crosswise with.
Red cloak? What does the red cloak signify?
It's just what they wear. They're the red brands is what they call themselves.
Do they have any sort of insignia or anything, or is it just red cloaks?
The red cloak.
Do they like to drink and gamble?
That they do.
Maybe I shouldn't avoid them.
Yeah, Kikuchiyo's kind of people. All right, that's interesting. This is going to be dangerous.
So you guys continue on to Phandalin. It's after about 25, 30 minutes, you rutted track emerges from a wooded hillside, and you catch your first glimpse of Phandalin. The town consists of about 40 to 50 simple log buildings, and some you can see are built on old fieldstone foundations. Some more old ruins, crumbling stone walls covered in ivy and briars surround the newer houses and shops, showing how this must have been a larger town in centuries past. Most of the newer buildings are set on the sides of a cart track, which widens into a muddy main street of sorts as it climbs up towards a ruined manor house on a hillside at the east, well, for you guys, east side of town. As you approach, you can see children playing on the town green and townsfolk tending to chores or running errands at shops. Many people look up as you approach, but all of them return to their business as you go by. Sildar actually seems much more at ease now that you've returned, or him, to Phandalin. He says, "Oh, my friends, let us secure lodgings. I'm told the local inn is very quaint." And we'll
Oh, you have a
switch to
place
a
to go?
little map of Phandalin.
What's everyone drinking tonight?
Apple juice.
I have some
juice.
dark persuasion.
Dark persuasion, huh?
It's German chocolate cake ale.
Ooh.
It's pretty good actually. It doesn't taste like a cake.
I got a Fremont Lush IPA and backup for later. A little bit of Hendrix.
Right
A
on.
little billet bourbon.
Dang, I could use a little bourbon.
Sam doesn't get any because otherwise he'll go to sleep.
Yeah, I've been drinking soda water right now. So on the roll 20, you should be able to see
Yeah.
I see. So where are we?
our little town.
On the Miners Trail.
It's Lucent.
Bottom left.
Help if I kind of backed it out a bit. There we go.
They just
Vertically
I hate
vertically oriented maps are better.
Sorry. All right.
You didn't make the map?
Right, I didn't hand draw this map for you guys.
Just get a bigger monitor.
All right. So you guys are, as you can see, you're coming in from the north.
Okay.
So you come in to there. So
Alright,
what do you want to do?
Are we delivering these goods somewhere and getting payment?
Yeah. What time of day is it?
So it is mid-morning because you rested overnight prior to
Okay.
departing in the morning.
So hit
Um,
the
so
long rest button.
Make sure you take a long rest.
Exactly.
It says mid-morning, so there's a couple things that you know that you need to do. The first one is you need to deliver the wagon and the goods to Barthen's Provisions. You need to figure out a place to unload these crates with the symbol of the lion shield coster on it. And you probably need to find some place to stay for your time in Phandalin.
So we're
is
coming
there
in from the north. First stop, why don't we just drop this stuff off at the provisions?
Yeah, are we going to Barthen's? Is that where we're delivering to?
You guys want to go to Barthen's?
Yeah, Sildar, do you know if there's any place that'll turn these coins into something that isn't copper and maybe it's easier to carry around?
Yeah, you should be able to go to any merchant or money changer to exchange one coin into the other.
Would Barthens be able to do that?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, perfect. That's a twofer. Let's do that, guys.
Sure.
Perfect.
Go ahead
I
into
like that
Barthen's.
idea.
Let's do it.
All right. So you guys walk up to Barthen's. Now, Barthen's is like the biggest trading post in Phandalin, which isn't really saying much. It's saying the most popular gas station on a roadside town, right? But its shelves do stock most ordinary goods and supplies, so you can get pretty much anything there, and it's open all day. But if you want to go in, you could talk to Barthen, and you could get your 10 gold apiece.
Sweet.
Yeah, let's do that. That'd be
All right.
great.
Yeah, so you walk into the door and you see a human male, probably in his late 60s, probably. A white shock of white hair, and he's behind the kind of like the old countertop, like old stores used to be, where you give your order, they'd go back to the room and get your stuff for them. He says, "Oh, hello there. How can I help you?"
Yeah, Kikuchiyo.
Barthen, we have excellent news for you. We've delivered the provisions for Gundren.
Gundren.
It's Gundren. Buddy.
Gundren. Damn.
Oh, you must be the cart that he had written about earlier. How are you doing?
We fare well. Fortunately, we're not sure where Gundren is.
Well, we fare better than Gundren or the Gerblins that we killed.
He gets a look of concern in his face when you mention goblins and Gudrun. He says, "Oh, this
Sildar's still with us?
This can't be good." So when you guys got up to Barthen's, Sildar's hopped off and he went to go find lodging. So he's at like the inn essentially.
Yeah, if you want the full story, you can ask Sildar later. We're here for our coin, though.
Yes. He kind of whistles to the back, and he's like, "Ander, Thistle, go bring in the crates." And two like kind of young clerks come out from the back, and they go out to the front. And they start unloading the crates from the back of your cart. And he says, "All right, yeah." And he pulls out this big, like tan leather book, and he opens it up and starts flipping pages. He says, "Here we go." And he's looking. He says, "Okay, there should be about 10 gold pieces apiece." And so he kind of makes a little note in his book, closes it with a thud, kind of puts it back down, and pulls out a bag of coin and deals out 10 gold pieces to everybody. So you guys can add 10 gold pieces to your inventory.
Barthen, my friend, we went through quite a lot for this. There were some side things, some goblins, a really big thing we had to kill. You really can't bump this up to 12 gold pieces.
It was a butt bear.
I'm sorry, my dwarven friend, but you would have to take that up with Gundren. I am merely passing along the funds that he reserved for this job.
It was kind of hard to do right now because we don't know where he is.
Fine.
And do you know of Sildar?
Yes, he's Gundren's friend, business associate.
Perfect, because we rescued him from the cave.
Oh, wonderful!
And we're just wondering if you had heard anything about goings on or about from the town. More goblin activity than usual.
No, but I am concerned if Gundren's gone missing. He was very excited about discovering some lost mine in the nearby hills. He has two brothers, Nundro and Tharden, who are camped somewhere outside of town. I'm not quite sure where, and they've been gone for about a 10-day. They should be back any day now to resupply. At this point, Anders and Thistle come back in. They say, "Hey, boss! There's extra crates in here that don't belong."
Oh, those are ours.
Those are ours. We were sort of hoping that you might be able to turn some of these coppers and silver into other golds. It's a lot for us to carry around.
Of course. What do you need? And you can just exchange it freely on your inventory if you want to.
Right. So I grabbed all 600 copper. I think I just took all the dough. We didn't divide the loot.
Yeah.
So
no, we did not.
We can split it up.
Gold.
So you can subtract 600 copper and add 6 gold.
Okay, I got a question.
Yeah.
How do I do that?
On your D&D Beyond character sheet,
tab,
under inventory, there should be money.
It's just to the right of where it says equipment or inventory. It says currency. Like if you're on the same plane as weight carried, directly to the right, it says currency. You can click on that and edit it.
Oh, I see. I see inventory, attunement, other possessions.
Yeah, so above that, there's a search bar. Above that, it says weight carried. Directly
I
to the
see.
right of that currency.
Currency. Okay. And then how much gold am I adding again?
16 total.
10. Well, is it 6 gold? Did you have 600 copper per person?
No, it's
No,
just
it's-
me, and
Oh, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
divide that out. So, I give everyone. How about this? I give everyone 150 copper, which is 1.5 gold.
50
so we'll
15
just
silver.
So it's 1 gold and 5 silver is the best you
Okay.
guys can get.
yeah. So you can add that
So
to the top of
11
the 10.
11 gold, 5 silver.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. I do need the cart. So
Yeah, I mean, of course it's yours.
Mhm.
I'm not going to take something that isn't ours. That's not my type, of course.
Kikuchiyo
of
quickly unloads the crates that we're gonna go trade later and stacks them on top of each other and takes care of
I
it.
asked him. I was like, when Gundren's brothers, when they come into town, we'll let you know where we're going to sleep if they happen to come while we are resting. But will you please let them know we must speak with them as soon as they can?
of course, anything. Gundren is a friend of mine. I'm very concerned that he's missing.
Us too, especially Rat Meow.
Sildar might know where those two camp actually. But first things first, let's go to the Lion Shield coaster and sell off these crates. Can Kikuchiyo kind of get inside them without tampering? See what's inside?
They're nailed shut, so you'd have to
Pry.
pry them open.
What do you guys think? Take these for ourselves? We can just head behind that wall over there, open them up, take what we want. Maybe if we don't want it, give it back to him anyway. Who's to say the goblins didn't take a look?
I mean, is anyone else listening?
Yeah, so Barthen kind of just is like, just a quick suggestion.
No, I don't think
Want me
that's a
to-
good idea, Kikuchiyo. I think we should be straight and narrow.
Slap him across the back of his head with my tail again.
That's two, kitty cat.
I just look at Kikuchiyo, give him a wink, and nod my axe towards him.
Yeah. Too bad we didn't get the good idea to work. All right, so I guess if Kikuchiyo can carry all of them, even if it's awkward, he'll just heft them up, and we can figure out where the Lion Shield coaster is.
Yeah, it's across the town square from Barthen's Provisions. So you have to go down the street
Before we
to
head out,
the town square.
while we're in front of Barthen, Barthen, on the way in, we met some really nice fellows who had an apple cart, and we sort of made our way along with them. And they said something about people in these red cloaks, and to avoid them. Do you know anything about that?
Oh, you mean the red brands?
Yeah, that's the ones.
They are making business difficult for everyone. They're
How so?
shaking down businesses looking for protection and flouting the town master's authority.
Oh,
Where did
wow,
they come from?
I don't know where they came from or who their leader is, but I do know that they're frequently at the Sleeping Giant Tap House, which is a pub just on the eastern part of town.
How long have they been in town?
Several months now.
Was there any event that sort of brought them in, or did they just start sort of filtering in, or sort of kind of take things over? What's
They just kind of started. They started showing up right around when we had started having issues with goblins on the trail. I know that the Lion Shield Costers had some issues. Linen was talking about how she had several transports waylaid from Yatar.
Oh, so maybe talking to the Lion Shield, they might have a little bit more information. You think?
Possibly, I'm not sure.
What about your town guard?
Don't really have. There's not much law here in Phandalin.
Has anybody resisted them in any way?
One did.
And
It doesn't sound like it ended well by the way he's saying it.
Right.
His body was found on the street, and several days later, his wife and children were missing.
Oh boy.
Hmm.
outside of the sleeping giant, do they have any other sort of base, camp, headquarters?
No one really knows. We think that it's somewhere east because they seem to frequent the sleeping giant tap house, and no one sees them come into town from anywhere else.
So, Barthen, one more question from me.
Yeah.
How many are there?
More than a dozen, less than 50.
And
Not quite sure. They're strangers to the town, so it's hard to keep track.
I lied. I have one more question.
Okay.
What about their abilities? Do you know anything of them?
They're just common street thugs.
I kind of just lean back and put my axe on my shoulder. Just kind of scan the team.
Hey, Barthen, I have a question for you. Do you have any cloth here? Any bolts of cloth that are around the same sort of color as their cloaks?
Not the exact shade, but
Something passable if it was dirty?
let me look. As he turns around, he goes back into his store, and let's... Yeah, if he has anything. Sorry, I have to pull up my digital dice because I don't have a table to roll on right now.
No worries.
While you're doing that, I kind of just look to the team, and I'm just sitting there saying, there's quite a distance between 12 and 50.
Mm-hmm. You could be outnumbered real fast.
And I think that even at 12, it's not good odds, but maybe it's easier to become one of them than to attack one of them.
Barthen comes back with not necessarily a bolt of cloth, like something your female significant others would pick up at Joanne Fabrics, but it looks like
maybe
a
I'm the one that
bundle.
sews. You don't know about me.
Hey, that's true. I've seen your wood shop. But it's like kind of an armful or a bundle of what looks like an old window curtain that is not quite like a red or a crimson, but kind of like a dark rust color. He says, unfortunately, this is the closest that I have. It might be passable at a distance, but anyone would know close up.
How much would you want for it?
If you promise to take care of the red brands and search for Thale Dendar's wife and child, you can have it.
I very much appreciate that. That's sort of exactly what we intend to do. I can't promise we can tackle it headlong, but we're certainly, at least I am interested in getting a little bit more information.
Absolutely.
I am too. And how many of them happen to be a cat and a dwarf?
None. We've only seen humans.
Well, I have an old scimitar you can have. if we don't do this.
Kind of reaches out. Are you giving him the scimitar?
Yeah, because it's 3 pounds and I don't want it anymore.
Oh, he kind of reaches out. And he says, "Well,
The gross goblin scimitar.
He kind of hands it back. He says, "The smithy might be more interested in it than I am."
I ask him if he has any drink worthy warrior on this mission. It will assist greatly in infiltrating the Red Brands.
He says, "You'll be able to pick up some booze at the Stonehill Inn. Toblin should have some. I don't traffic in that."
Do you traffic in anything that's fit for a warrior?
Kind of thinks for a second. He says,
I haven't
"Like some candles."
there. Can you get it from me?
Bah!
You get the impression that this is more of like a general goods store.
The only one not drinking.
So you could buy Matt. You're not on mute.
Yes, you're the only one not drinking. Except for Sam.
Oh, you heard that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to cover it up.
So you can mute yourself, Matt, with a little toolbar at the bottom.
Oh.
I'm not drinking. Jesus.
That's why I said except for Sam.
I gotta. It's 1:00 in the morning over here. I gotta keep
that's
sharp. You get the idea. Like you could buy pretty much anything that's like a generic like adventuring gear, but nothing like a weapon or armor or anything here.
And this is where, I'm sorry?
Barthen's Provisions.
At Barthen's, okay. I mean, well,
Barthen,
I have-
before we go, I do have a couple of things that I'd like to try to buy, if that's okay.
Of course.
Do you have any chalk?
Yes.
What's the cost on, maybe do you have like a brick of 10?
You make me look this up. I'll say anything.
It's like cheap as shit.
Anything that's under 5 gold, he has.
Okay. Yeah, I
Oatmeal
mean
stout.
chalk is like dirt cheap. It's like
Yeah.
coppers.
Couple silver, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just white dirt.
I want to pick up some chalk. I want to grab some flour, just like a small little bag full of flour.
Sure.
Yeah, that's it for right now.
I'll say I trust you to manage the nickels
sort
and
it out.
dimes.
I'm
I
gonna
look
make
at
note for myself to sort it out later.
Well, first I looked at the team. Well, it looks like we are getting dragged into yet another side adventure that is far off what we were originally intending to do. And I look at Barthen and say, "Do you have any dried or preserved meat?"
Yes. If you want to, you could buy rations, which is
Okay.
the stand-in for most food.
Okay. And so out of character. So in terms of so my character's pretty adept at repairing things, smithing, etc.
Uh-huh.
So would this be a place where I could, obviously our gear is going to kind of I guess I could just ask him, any smith's tools? Does Barthen have any smith tools that I could buy?
Yes, I would say that there's like a smithy and a miner's exchange in town, so he would most likely carry some sort of smithing tools.
Okay, because I'm thinking that at some point we're going to need to repair gear, which my character can do.
Out of character, unless something happens specifically to damage your gear,
It
it does not get damaged.
did not know that.
For
As a
example,
way
if you have
to-
a gelatinous cube, run.
Yeah, like let's say that like someone like has like an acid spell that specifically melts armor, then your armor would need to be repaired.
Got you.
Generally, to dissuade you guys from picking up every fucking dagger and scimitar that you come across, salvaged weapon has a chance to break on use.
Okay. So I'm gonna I just realized I have 20 pounds worth of rations.
Mhm.
So So I have a question though. Is the quantity of rations, so rations 1 day, is one a 1 day worth of rations?
Yes.
So I have 10 days worth of rations.
Yeah.
So okay, so I'm not gonna buy any rations.
Sorry. Yes, my puppy is like sleeping in the most inconvenient spot for me right now.
Aw.
So I'm like constantly adjusting.
So can I sell anything to Barthen?
And what do you want to sell?
Well, no, you know what? He already told me to take it to the smith. I just have a lot of
That's
a
good.
lot of extra shit.
Our guys are
Oh,
strong. You see
you
where it
can
says
carry
unencumbered?
You can
Yeah.
carry a lot of stuff. You can carry like 150 pounds.
Yeah, this D&D 5th is pretty smooth as far as dealing with
It's very
equipment and
generous.
stuff.
Yeah, but I've
Like,
already
wait-
got 130 pounds worth of shit on me.
Your
Oh.
guy can probably carry 200. Like,
You're
it
stout
doesn't make
dwarf.
sense.
I mean, my strength is 17.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're good.
It's like
You could do
15
squats.
times your strength, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I'll leave it
does,
for right now. If I have to, I'll just drop.
Does Barthen have any lever's tools?
Weaver's tools. Ooh, let's take
It's
a look.
It's a gold.
Kikuchiyo's eyes are like rolling out of his head while you guys are like buying laundry
Like,
and
fucking.
I mean, they got to be able to make clothes in this town.
it's not a given.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. He has some. Why not?
All right, cool. I'll take that off.
I'm not
Take
gonna
that
be
off.
stingy about Weaver's tools.
So while they're doing all this in Barthen's, I'd like to climb up onto the roof of Barthen's and just kind of keep a watch and see if I see any red capes coming through.
Sure. Make a general dexterity check.
Hello.
What
Sorry.
the heck? Oh. Disconnected, I guess. But your old face is still up.
There we go.
Goodness.
So where are we? I'm sorry.
We're in Barthen still.
So roll the
Kitty
16.
Cat was climbing on the roof.
60. Yeah, you're able to. You kind of like see some places on the old foundation and the woodwork. You're able to climb up without any issue. You don't draw any undue attention to yourself. I mean, there is now a 6 foot tall cat person on top of a roof in the middle of town. So
Which happens every day. of
right,
course.
you know, just common occurrence in Phandalin.
I pull out my short sword and raise it to the sky, and I say, "Thunder, thunder, thundercats!"
Yeah, make a performance check.
I just kind of feel like for some reason walking into this town, I had a feeling that these people are just generally shell shocked from everything. That seeing a
Right.
cat on the roof just doesn't bother them.
Oh,
Yeah, your voice cracks as you do it, and you start to hawk up a furball,
Sweet.
and this cat that's kind of over that you didn't notice on the roof, kind of like and scoots away.
Oh, dang, you could have had an animal companion.
right?
Yeah,
So let's head over to the coster. If that's
Okay.
Is a coster a thing?
I don't know. They just make up words now.
All right, so
Coaster, coster, I'm not sure, but
walk,
yeah.
7.
So you
walk
guys-
up to the door and I like signal that like I'm carrying shit and I can't even back on it. I look at these guys.
So you guys go to the west, the southwest of town, for where Barthen had indicated, and you see a modest trading post. And hanging above the front door is a wooden sign with a shield on it and a blue lion painted. And it matches the symbol that is on the crates that you're carrying.
Guys, I think we found it.
Aha!
Excellent.
All right, so it's a trading post, so it's probably just like open and do you see
Yeah.
people or?
It's
What do
got
we
like
see?
those cool western kind of like swingy doors.
Oh shit! Okay, I kick the crap out of them as I make my entrance with the pile of box.
Yeah, you're carrying a box as well.
Yeah, I'm carrying. Yeah, as many as I can possibly carry.
Make a strength check at disadvantage.
All right. Disadvantage. Come on, man.
You're trying to do it on one leg and kick a door open while you're carrying an oversized crate.
And you're level 2.
All right. Did those go in? Yep.
Yeah, 17 at disadvantage.
Wow, pretty good. Yeah, it's
Wow.
the door goes, and it smacks against, and it swings back the other way, but it swings back with such force that it goes 3 or 4 times. You're like able to actually stand on your back leg, like crane kick style, holding it on, just balancing it perfectly.
All right.
Hello.
We have your delivery.
Who is this? As you walk
Kikuchiyo the Great, and I have rescued your packages from the goblins in the cave. I believe these must be worth at least 75 gold to you. I dump them on the ground in front of him.
You see in the room a human woman in her mid-30s, kind of just a bun pulled very tightly back. She says, "Oh, well, this is a surprise." She looks at you and she says, "Where did you say you found these again?"
Guys, what's the name of the cave again?
That place that we found.
The place in the land.
Cave.
With water.
Hey, does my character know what the name of the cave is? Cragmaw? Cragmaw.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I mean,
nailed it. Got it 1.
You don't feel like this is a very well-known cave, like it's just a cave that the Cragmaws were using.
We got it from the goblin stronghold. We slew a bugbear to bring this to you.
I just slightly look at my
Sildar's word
team.
that you'll pay us well.
I just look at my team and say, he almost called them dwarves.
Must be this tall or higher to ride the ride.
Luckily, you're just the right height for my axe.
Maybe we'll get to measure it later.
She looks at the crates and she looks at you guys. She goes back behind the counter and grabs a crowbar and just slams it into the thing and just effortlessly just pops it open. And
you're a strong lady.
Yeah,
I know, right?
She's a very hands-on individual.
Yeah, she is.
And she opens up, the 3 crates and she looks through them. It's just, she says, "Oh, these were the shipments I expected from Yartar 10 days ago. I've been wondering what happened to them." She looks at you and she says, "You say that Sildar is with you?"
He went to go find lodging, but yeah, we pulled him from what would have otherwise probably been certain doom.
Please stop. Sorry, my dog's on top of my cord. She looks through them and she says, "I'm very grateful that you both rescued Sildar and returned my goods, but unfortunately, 75 is worth more than the value of the goods that are in here.
That's okay. 65
I'd be more
fine.
than happy to give you 50.
Oh, well, I guess we can settle for that.
I mean,
Tigers
you're going to
can't
have to
choose,
take that up with Sildar.
Guys, we're just trying to do a good deed here, and I think that's probably okay.
Kikuchiyo's already holding his hand out.
Right.
I finally just look at her. I said, okay, 55 it is.
She kind of just like does this to your nose. She says, "That's very cute." And she turns around and goes and grabs a bag from a back counter where every merchant keeps loose bags of gold, apparently.
Yeah.
Noted.
She kind of she weighs it and she opens it, make sure that's gold in there, and she hands it to you, Khouron.
Mhm.
There's 50 in there. Thank you for returning my goods.
Fine, lady.
Well, now that we've settled up that
a little bit of grace is nice. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Grace.
Well, I know who's getting the smaller amount of gold.
I don't get it.
Okay, how do I divide this up?
So there's
50?
4 of you. So each of
Okay.
you get 12.5 gold. So
12
you
gold,
can
5
get-
silver.
12
So
gold.
12 gold each.
And 5 silver.
Yeah, man, we're making money.
yeah. But here's what I will say out of character. This campaign is very good about giving you the appropriate amount of gold for your level without you having to murder anybody.
Having to?
Having to.
Murder is a privilege.
Right. Don't make me
Um,
call in a bunch of paladins to kill the party.
Smite!
I ask her if she has any gear that's fit for a warrior such as myself.
She kind of steps back and she looks at you and
I cross my arms, just like
Giant sword sticking out
Yep.
above your head.
that's right.
Well, if you're with Sildar and you did rescue him, I suppose there's no danger. She kind of looks at you and she says, "What kind of gear would you be looking for?"
Oh boy, okay. I'd be looking for perhaps a decent bow rather than this disgusting goblin one I have. And though I'm sure I can't earn it yet, I'm looking for some finer armor that will still allow me to move freely.
Do you have a +3 dagger?
Plus
She doesn't know
what?
that means. +3, you
Uh,
mean the legendary dragon?
I hold up my goblin scimitar with the little ears hanging off of it, and I say, this is sort of what I've been using, but it'd be much better if I had something that wasn't at risk of breaking and didn't have all these gross ears hanging off of it.
Yes, please put that away.
Do you have a garbage can somewhere? Can you?
Outside.
Okay, I'll do that.
On the other side of town. I'd
Please
like to.
take
Is, though?
that. So I would say that she has.
Looking for a 2-handed axe too.
I know we're making a. I would say. She has anything that you could find in the equipments that is 30 gold or less. So that would be crossbow, short bow, battle axe, which is what I think you were looking for, Matt. In terms of armor, that would be for heavy armor, a ring mail. That would be a hide armor. It would be a leather armor, not studded leather armor.
No iron armor.
She does have one shirt of iron ring mail. So where you're used to seeing that kind of like bright shiny, this has that kind of like dull matte gray coloring to it.
And that's what I want.
If you want that, it'd be 30 gold pieces.
Or since she shorted us, she could just give it to me.
Or she could just not give you any money because she already legally owns those boxes.
Fine. How much for the battle axe?
The battle axe was 10 gold pieces.
How about I give you 2 hand axes, a hammer, and 5 gold pieces?
Wait, I'm sorry, Matt. You want a
Battle
two-handed axe?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a great axe. That's 30 gold pieces. You should have gold from the beginning of when you started your character.
I have 23 gold and 10 pieces right now of silver.
Yeah, you should have had some starting initial gold.
There
Let's
was
just
nothing
give him
in
the
there.
axe he wants, and
Yeah, I would
call it
say,
good.
yeah, Matt, you have 30 gold pieces. So if you wipe out your gold, you can have the great axe because you should have gold from when you started.
Okay, well, I'm a dwarf, which means I'm cheap, and I'm not giving her 30 gold pieces for that.
Okay.
So I will walk away.
Okie dokes.
Khouron, we could always
Defeated.
check out the smithy.
Pardon?
We could always check out the smithy.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
fair. I'll probably have
Uh,
better luck trading some of my unwanted items to him for some other stuff.
What's this lady's name? I'm sorry.
Lelena.
Lena?
Lelena.
Lelena.
So I look at the guys. I try to do this. I walk up to her counter and I show her that I put on the counter just in front of my body that I have 3 gold teeth and a golden jade frog. And I say, "Are you interested in such fineries?"
She looks at it. She says, "Well," she kind of looks at the gold frog. She says, "This is really more something that Barthen would want, but
No, we can take it to Barthen. That's fine.
no."
So me being sour that she basically bitch slapped me twice, I look at her and I say, Lelena, just to clarify, he's trying to buy you with the teeth.
Oh, hey now, that's just not. That's not. That's not necessary.
Yeah.
She puts down the gold frog and says, "I think we're finished here."
Oh,
Damn.
Kikuchiyo stands up. He picks up the stuff kind of slowly. He stands up and he says, and he like kind of shudders and he's like, "Please allow me to apologize for my friend's manners." And he kind of does a
No,
little bow and walks
Kikuchiyo.
out.
I will apologize. Lelena, I am sorry.
Good. That's the end of the. I thought that there was more coming. That's good.
Me too.
All right.
Thank you.
That's a good end. Yeah.
I considered saying he was. Never mind. I'll tell you when we're outside.
No. Hey, Khouron, can you just go ahead outside, please?
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Whom?
Me?
Yes.
Okay. This is not going to end well, I'm going to tell you right now. Damn. And then again.
6. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Take that 6. Take it hard.
She just kind of pushes the frog and the gold teeth towards you, Kikuchiyo, and says, "Thank you for returning my goods. I appreciate it. Have a good day."
Oh boy.
As we all go to head outside, obviously taking the note of what's going on, when everyone is about to, I'm going to turn back in and try to talk to her real quick.
Yeah, I head out.
I don't look at anyone, I just walk out.
Lelena, I'm terribly sorry about what just happened there. I don't know what that was about. Obviously, our business here is done, but there is the business of the red brands, which is what I wanted to talk to you about. I've heard that they were causing troubles for you, and it sounds like they've been causing trouble for the other townsfolk. And I just feel like we could help each other. And again, I'm very sorry about what just happened, but we're interested in trying to help make things right. And if there's any information you could help us with, I'd be most gracious.
The Red Brands have been a minor menace in the town for several months now. They seem to come from the east. They spend most of their time in the Sleeping Giant tap house. We're not quite sure what the situation is or what their plans are for the town, but I would appreciate anything that you could do to help out. I think that if you were to find Pip, supposedly Pip knows more about it.
Who is Pip? How do I find Pip?
Oh, Pip, he's a child, to be embarrassingly frank.
Like me?
Yes, little one.
Okay. Where does Pip usually play?
He's usually with Carp, his friend, but I haven't seen them today.
Oh, I met Carp earlier. He was very nice.
Oh, yes, he's a very good child.
He was a little sassy, but I kind of liked it.
Yes, he is. Now, if we're done here,
yeah, real quick. Can you tell me anything more about what these red brand usually look like? I've only heard about them and they seem really scary, but if you could describe them better, it would be really helpful.
they're just basic thugs who wear red cloaks and carry swords.
How close is it to this color? And I pull out the little bit of fabric.
She kind of holds it up. She says, "Not very. I mean, they're both red, but from a distance, it might pass.
And if I was to change
But
it
up
somehow,
close,
I mean, what color would it change to? Is it more red?
less of clay and more like an apple."
Oh, okay, cool. All right, got it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Of course. Take care.
Bye. You've been nice. I appreciate you. You're a nice lady. Bye bye.
Yes.
I head back out.
And so probably while that's
I share
going
the
on,
information about Pip and Carp and all that.
Yeah.
while they're inside, I square up to Khouron and I say, "Dwarf, if anyone's making a fool of us, it's me. You cost us gold that we could have in our hand right now. Surely you can see in your miserly little eyes the disadvantages of irritating every shopkeeper we come across."
And I look at him straight in the eyes and I say, no. Kikuchiyo, I cost you gold, not me.
So they're mine. Excellent. Good to know. However, the genius that I am, I already have a plan for dealing with these red cloaks. Sidebar. Why are we bothering with this? Do we have to?
We don't have
Talking to me, the GM, or your teammates?
Teammates.
Of course, we don't have to. But I mean, people seem awfully generous when we seem to help them out, and helping out the common folk is a good way to earn goodwill and have more people to help us. Help those, get help.
Maybe those dwarf brothers will be grateful as well if we find them.
To be clear, this isn't out of altruism. This is out of protecting my own skin, and we don't know what's going on around here.
I'm with Axe.
Then here's what we do. After we get squared away, talk to Harbin Wester, secure lodging, I'll go to the Sleeping Giant, and I'll play games.
Do we know where Sildar went?
He went to the Stonehill, which is just across the town square from you guys.
Do we want to go check in with Sildar now that we're a little bit lighter in what we're carrying around with us and see if he has any more info that he's picked up since he's been back to town?
I'd like to go to the smithy.
I'll go to the smithy with you.
Kikuchiyo?
Shopping.
Yeah. Make it quick.
7?
Khouron?
Yes.
Come on, be nice.
Fine.
So you guys going to the smithy?
Yeah.
Okay. As you actually passed it on your way down, so it's really easy to go back there and find it. Big burly guy with the beard, bald head, got the apron, the gloves, everything, just hammering away at this flat piece of iron that he's shaping into goodness knows what.
Khouron, is that your brother?
I was about to
He's
ask
also
you, who's
about
your
like
mother?
2 feet taller than Khouron.
Long lost half brother.
Much smaller beard.
Khouron's the half brother. Hello?
So I walk up to him. Fellow Smith, how are you today?
Better than some, worse than others. He's like, as he's talking to you, he just hasn't stopped like hammering on the iron.
I come looking to ideally trade. I've got some fine chainmail for you. I'd like to exchange for some iron plate armor. Have you any?
I don't specialize in armor. You might want to check out the Lion Shield Coster. They're the ones who trade arms and armaments here.
That old hag sent me here.
Not sure why she would do that. She knows that I only make farming implements.
I like to think the senility is settling in on her.
The what?
She's going senile.
Oh, I doubt that. She's been running the Coster for the past 3 years.
I have a scimitar, a hand axe, and a hammer that I could give you with a couple pieces of gold for a great axe.
For a great axe. Well, I don't have any on hand, but I could make you one by this 2 days from now.
I'll give you 5 pieces of gold on top of the equipment if you make it tomorrow.
Make a persuasion check.
Damn.
Oh boy.
He says, unfortunately, I have other items that I have to take care of.
Fine.
What is it that you wanted to trade in?
I will give you a hammer, hand axe, and a scimitar, and 2 pieces of gold.
So that's about what, like 10 pieces of gold worth of stuff?
Mm-hmm.
He says, well, it's about 30 gold pieces for a battle axe.
However,
I'm literally just pulling these things from the Player's Handbook price guide.
However, if you can make these items better, you can get far more than 30 pieces of gold. As a smith, you know
Puts
this.
his stuff down.
Please
What are
don't
you
make
willing
me
to
do a
pay?
persuasion check.
What are you willing to pay?
I'll give you the equipment on top of 2 pieces of gold.
That's only about 12 pieces of gold for a 30 gold piece weapon.
My fellow smith, I don't know what's not resonating here. If I give you this equipment,
Jesus Christ.
you can make it better. And you can get far more than 30 pieces of gold.
Let me explain something about business. I buy things and then sell them for more than I bought them for. But that still doesn't make up for the loss that I would take for the great axe.
Khouron, as a dwarf, I'm sure you know about margin.
Axe? Stop.
Wait, are you talking about me or the axe that you're trying to buy? I'm very confused.
Do you want to buy
you.
this?
Do you sell iron ore?
I do.
May I use your forge?
Kind of looks at you. He says,
From one smith to another.
"Where are you from again?"
As I look
Nine
up my,
hells.
I don't remember, but I come from a family of smiths who make iron armor for the dwarven army's cavalry.
You're from Mithril Hall.
Mithril Hall.
I'll tell you what. You work at my forge for 2 10 days, and you can make your own axe using my materials.
How about you let me make my own axe and I get rid of the red bastards for you?
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Why do you do this? My persuasion is -1.
Because it's
Well,
not
you get
Skyrim.
Advantage.
It's not Skyrim.
Oh no!
7?
Yeah.
Dang.
Take care of the red cloaks, and I'll give you an axe.
Ooh.
Done.
Um,
Kikuchiyo, we're not going anywhere.
I ask him if he deals in gold.
Iron and gold, it's my life.
I show him the frog and the teeth. I ask him, and I point out that there's some fine green rocks on these as well.
I will pay for the teeth, but the art you'll have to take to Barthen's.
Very well. What do we say? The teeth are worth the 1 each, 1 gold
Mhm.
each.
Yep.
Okay, I will just add that on there. Yeah, what out of character here, what is there an armor that makes sense for my guy that gives the stealth, or do I have the best armor that allows for stealth?
Anything that's not a heavy armor. So the best armor that you can get that's basic, that does not give you disadvantage on stealth, is
Like
a
chest
medium
plate?
armor.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let me pull it up really quick. So you would want a breastplate, which is 400 gold pieces.
Yeah. I'm not even
Also,
close.
Matt, the plate mail that you wanted is, for reference, 1,000 gold piece. Nope, it's 1,500 gold pieces.
Not if I make my own.
It would cost you 750 gold pieces and take you 2 years to make.
Kikuchiyo can steal the equipment for me.
Okay.
I don't know, man. You stepped on Kikuchiyo's dick.
Just want to remind it, this is not Skyrim.
Okay. So I having watched this interaction between Kikuchiyo and the smith, I would like to see if I can pawn off some of this extra crap I have.
Yeah, I would say anything that's not like scavenged from goblins, you can just sell off.
Okay.
But like the scimitar you picked up, it's pretty much worthless. You can't sell it.
All right. So I've got 2 things of hand axes. I'd like to toss one his way, as well as a hammer.
Are you going to have any weapons after that?
He's got 2 hand axes.
I've got 2 hand axes.
Just
Okay,
for what it's worth,
gotcha.
you can
So you're going to
trade
sell off
those.
one hand
I'm going to
axe.
sell off 1 hand axe and 1 hammer.
Okay. Guys, this is the shopping episode. Really
Definitely.
excited.
Okay. So
I want to say that these are really nice dwarven hand axes, so you can actually sell them for 6 gold pieces.
awesome. And as I hand it to him, I just kind of stare at him and I say, "This is what we make," just to kind of reaffirm my smith prowess.
You
so
made this.
I did.
You made this?
I did.
I made this.
I made.
Which, by the way, my friend, was one of the hand axes I was willing to trade for a great axe.
Need about 6 of these.
Now, my gold.
Gives you 6 gold.
Uh-oh. The gold clogged up his internet. Yeah, I'm assuming he's selling those things. Maybe threatening him a little more.
He's might be back.
Hey, he's back.
Hey, okay, sorry. So, last thing I saw was I looked at the smithy and I said, which, by the way, was one of the hand axes I was willing to trade for. And you just went like this. And then you froze.
Oh. I said, you need about 6 of these.
You bastard. Give me my gold.
Gives you 6 gold.
Okay, and then for the hammer, how much for the hammer is he giving me?
1 gold piece. It's a hammer.
Okay, so then I just remove. Do I hit remove on my equipment?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, remove, and then so I picked up 7 gold.
Yeah.
Okay. My friend, can I not interest you in a scimitar?
Are you holding it out to him?
Yes.
I don't need that dwarven trash in my wares.
You mean goblin?
Goblin. God damn it, I did it too.
So what I do is I stare at him after his insult, and I just kind of drop the scimitar at his feet and say, use it for scrap.
He kind of shrugs and picks it up and just throws it onto a pile of like random, like twisted skeins.
Okay, I'm good.
I think we're done here.
All right, so let's the two things we need to check up on are Harbin Wester. He might be able to help us with the cloaks if we persuade him to, and Sildar might be willing to help us as well.
Yeah, we should probably head to the inn, make sure that he's secured some lodging for us, check in with him, and head out from there.
Yeah, then we can proceed with my plan.
Mwahaha.
My perfect plan.
So actually, it's right next door is the Stonehill Inn. So in the center of this town, there's this beautifully new built roadhouse of field stones and these kind of like untreated timbers. As you come inside, it has one big common room with some stairs leading up the back. This common room is just filled with Fandillian knights, with mugs of ale and cider. It's not like one of those you open the door and like the piano stops and everyone turns, but definitely people notice a dwarf, a man carrying a giant oversized two-handed sword, a child, and a large cat walk into the tavern.
I mean, I'm kind of a young man, but you know, they can think what they want.
Axe, find us a table. Bartender, 4 drinks for me and my companions.
Is Sildar within view?
Yeah, you can actually see him sitting at a table.
Make it 5.
Sildar. Ooh.
But this barkeep, like younger, probably his early 20s, like just kind of wisps of hair growing here, like at the stubble, says, "Oh, 5 drinks coming up."
Excellent.
I'll head towards Sildar.
I'll follow over.
That'll be 3 silver. Whoever wants to pay that.
Oh, that's me. That's me. Your boy's
I
flexing.
decide. Who's paying?
I'm paying, of course.
Oh.
Khouron's got the party funds.
I was just about to insult you, but never mind. You're buying me a drink.
Is that what it takes?
So you see Sildar sitting at the table reading over some scrolls. with a. He actually has a half-empty mug and then a pouch on the table next to him.
I try to slap him on the back before he even sees me. I kind of try to surprise him.
Make a stealth check.
Right on. Oh, where's my guy? There he. Oh,
wait.
In my character sheet. Oh my gosh.
Kikuchiyo.
Yes.
Before you do that, what's his demeanor like? Sildar's.
He is
12.
pouring through what looks like a stack of scrolls and papers, which look kind of official. So it seems like he's trying to just catch up on stuff really quickly while he has some free time to be better prepared for the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
he's got that kind of like studious look. 12. Yeah, he does not notice you walk up in the hubbub. You slap him on the back, and he kind of like jettisons forward. And he says, "Ah!" And he looks and he sees you guys.
I'm grinning.
Just us. It's all right.
The next round's on me, Sildar. How are you?
He kind of starts up. I was feeling better. I'm trying to catch up on things that I was supposed to be aware of before I was waylaid.
Anything we should be made aware of?
Seems that the Gundren's brothers have not been seen in nearly a 10-day, and they're supposed to check in 3 ago. They should be back due any time. There's reports of a gang of ruffians in crimson cloaks that have been harassing local business owners for the past several months or so.
The red
and
rams.
No sign of Yarno. That's the most concerning.
I walk up to Sildar and I say, "Oh, you mean the little red bastards? I have an axe waiting if I turn in their heads."
Oh, you're looking to grind an axe then?
No, I'm looking to buy an axe.
Okay.
Out of character, refresh me in Yarno.
Yarno Albrecht was the wizard who was sent to Fanlin a couple months ago on behalf of a group that Sildar is with.
Okay.
They have not heard back from him, so Sildar was dispatched to Fanlin to check it out.
Okay.
So I get close to Sildar and I say, "Listen, Sildar, we got to figure out which one to tackle. I already have a perfect plan for rescuing the hostages in the Sleeping Giant, if they're alive. Should we find this wizard? Should we find the dwarves? Who's looking to
Hostages in
reward
the
us?
Sleeping Giant?
The red brands.
Yes, I am troubled that Gundren and his brothers have not been seen. But Yarno, if he is around, at least will be able to give us some information on what's been going on. Maybe he might even know who this black spider is."
So I kind of step up, and I'm visibly annoyed. And the only thing I say is I look at Sildar and I say, "Sildar, there doesn't seem to be a single person in this town these red bastards haven't upset. Rather than go looking for another person who's probably going to tell us to go look for another person, why don't you just speak to Axe, since he's the only one with a head on his shoulders out of any of us, and come up with a plan?" And I kind of just look at Kikuchiyo.
Don't worry, he heard my plan. He'll repeat it.
What plan?
So, they have hostages. They have a price on their heads. Khouron,
What hostages?
So I just put my hands up and I just walk away.
And the child of the murdered man who stood up to them. Perhaps. So, we need to do 2 things. Find out if they're there to be rescued, and then get them out. First part's easy. I'm going to drink and play games just like I want. The cat will hide up on the roof. The shapeshifter will be with me
Wait, what's that?
as a beautiful lady. They'll let
And
him in.
where are you planning to ambush them?
And where am I?
Haha, you are the linchpin, my angry friends. They won't be happy when you, stinking drunk, pound on their door, demanding free drink from a band of idiotic humans. I'll go in. I'll make friends. If they're there, I'll signal Mr. Kitty. Mr.
How?
Kitty signals Mr. Dwarf, who is discreetly hiding away.
By smashing on the door? I'm very confused.
The dwarf will smash into the door, demand to go in. We have Sildar, and perhaps Harbin Wester is not a coward. By my reckoning, that makes 9 of us against 12 to 50 of them.
He kind of
He can't.
crosses his
Kikuchiyo can't
arms.
quite count, by the way.
I look at Sildar, and I just stare at him. And I just nod my head towards Axe.
Kikuchiyo, where was the last place that Yarno was seen?
I don't know where Yarno is. A wizard? Creeps me out. Ha!
Sildar, do you know anything
Yeah.
about where
Good kitty.
Yarno was last spotted at?
I have not had an opportunity to track him down yet. I was going to make my way to the townmaster's hall after I had secured lodging and funding. And with that, he reaches over to the bag that's next to his mug of cider, and he lifts it up, and there's a definite clink of coin in there. He says, I was able to secure a loan from Stonehill. Here's the 50 gold I promised for escorting me to Phandalin.
Oh,
Sweet.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The gold is heavy, but it lightens my mood.
Mm.
So
I
12-5 to each of us.
see. I mean 12 and a half again.
And 5 silver?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're making a lot of fucking money.
It's almost like you guys don't have to harass merchants for a 2% difference.
Hint, hint.
I didn't harass anybody.
I mean,
I made a deal.
I don't think you made a deal.
That Kikuchiyo is hellbent on ruining.
Way to piss off the only weapons dealer in town, Matt. At this point, the young man comes through and he brings you your 5 beers.
Yes. Kikuchiyo drinks his beer very quickly. Pays, if we hadn't done that at the bar. Pays here. 3 coins. Clank. 4.
He pockets it.
Get a little tip.
Well, thank you, sir. Anything you need, you will ask her a call and I'll be right there.
I've
Okay,
seen a wizard.
Elena.
A wizard?
Yargo, something like that.
Yarno's the one.
Yarn, I mean, there was a fellow who came in several months ago. Old man, the beard, cloak, had a long staff. If that's not a wizard, I don't know what is.
Same as me, buddy. You know where he might be? Do you know who might find him?
No.
All right. We'll be needing more
Thanks,
beers
pal.
shortly. Thank you.
Okay. You kind
I like
of
it.
goes back.
So I look at Kikuchiyo and I go, Kikuchiyo, he's your type.
Indeed, he is. Moved by coin.
So, Sildar, you think that maybe it's a good idea to talk to the big boss of the town and see what he might know?
It can't hurt at all. You could probably also ask around here and see if anybody knows anything.
The bartender doesn't seem to know shit.
Oh, he's just an employee. He doesn't know much.
Well, you're familiar with this town. Anyone in particular that's in the know?
Yeah, actually, so he actually waves over another person at the bar, and this woman comes over and he says, "Trelena," and she says, "Yes." It's actually so you get the way that she has been interacting with the other guests. You can tell that she's kind of like in charge. She runs the inn. So her and her husband own the inn. He says, "Trelena, these are my associates,
friends.
We're hoping that you would be able to provide some help. Have you heard anything about the Red Brands besides the fact that they're causing trouble? We're trying to see what we're getting into here." Shalana kind of looks at you guys and she takes a look around the inn. She says, "Well, you didn't hear it from me, but Pip, Toblin's son, has been saying that Quellon's son, Carp, has found a secret tunnel in the woods, and that he almost was captured by the Red Brands. I don't know if that can be of any help, but that's the only rumors that I've been hearing. You have to ask Carp or Quellon some more information about it."
Do you know where we can find Pip?
So Pip is her son.
Okay.
Yeah. She says, Pip! And from the back, this kid comes out and he is just covered, just soaked head to toe in like water and soap. Like he's wearing clothes. Like it looks like he was washing dishes in the back and just got way too involved with the situation. He says, "Yes, Mama. Yeah. Pip, where's Carp?" "I don't know, Mama. He's probably with his dad at the farm." She says, "All right. Can you tell these men, what you heard about?" It's making me fucking do all these NPC voices.
I fucking love it. Get
about
after
the
it.
tunnels. "Oh well, you see, God, we're adventurers, and we were exploring the woods, and Carp said that he found a tunnel in the mouth of the woods by his farm, and that he almost got captured, but he was real quiet like and snuck away, and the Red Brands didn't see him." "Thank you, Pip. I appreciate it. Why are you all wet?" He says, "Ha ha ha," and he runs off.
Character. I just discovered my fetish, just for what that's worth.
Sam doing child voices.
So I'm just sitting here, and I'm just kind of like with my face in my hand, and I'm just looking at this, and I just look up, and I'm like, this town, someone is always with someone somewhere else that we're not at. And now we have to take advice from a child who's an adventurer, and one of his friends crawled into a hole and got lost.
Is there anyone like obviously staring at Khouron and myself right now?
Make a perception check.
Pretty basic.
No one is paying you the slightest bit of attention.
I'll just look to Khouron and say, we figured out, I think, a little bit about what we need to do right here.
Fair enough.
Just slow down a little bit. It's fine. We got this.
I just nod to Axe and say, fine.
What time of day is it?
early afternoon.
Okay. Everyone got their midday buzz on. We want to go try to find our kid friend again.
Say we look to Harbin Wester first. At least we know
Let's do
where
that.
he
That's a
is.
good idea. Sure.
Yeah.
So, do we think he might be at the Townmaster's Hall?
Let's ask
Probably.
Sildar. Have you seen Harbin Wester while you've been running around between the Townmaster's Hall and here?
I hadn't made my way to the Townmaster's Hall. I had instructed all my correspondence to be delivered here at the inn. I can join you later if you're going there now.
You join us later if we're going there now?
Well, I won't be able to leave right now. I still have to go through all my correspondence that I've missed. But if you're going to be there later, I can go there later.
How long do you think it'll take?
Couple hours to go through all this?
So it might be helpful to have a friend along. Do you want to try to find our little kid friend and see if Carp has any information, and then maybe meet Sildar and head out later?
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
We do that.
Okay.
Head for the orchard?
Yeah.
All right. As you guys walk outside, as you head back into the street, you actually across the way see 4 individuals in red cloaks kind of leaning up against a building, staring at you and staring at the door.
Can I just get a really good look at all of them?
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of 4 armed, ruffian-looking dudes, all human, various ages.
Facial features and everything of each and every one of them. Like, I'm trying to absorb.
Sure, yeah.
What they look like.
They're kind of far away at first, but as they see you actually exit the door, they kind of get up from the spot where they were standing and leaning off, and they start to walk towards you guys.
So I take a look at everybody in here. I take a look at our team and I say, well, the good thing is, if we take them out, that's a third of them gone. If there's 12.
This is not the place.
It's either a third or 1,000.
So I just kind of grip my ass as Axe is trying to calm me down.
I'm urging for calm as much as possible. Hey, mister. That's a pretty cloak you got there.
As they come up towards you, they kind of all are resting their hands on their pommels. One of the ruffians just kind of spits on the ground and says, "Time for you to move on, strangers.
Moving on.
Give us your stuff and be on your way."
We don't got any stuff, as you can see. We're pretty poor just travelers here, but okay, bye.
Then he kind of holds his hands out. Then you wouldn't mind us investigating to make sure you're not carrying any contraband.
See, the problem is that I don't have anything, and I'm also really averse to people touching me.
Well, you're just gonna have to get over that.
So I cut him off and just kind of point my axe upward at his face and say, "You can turn around and you can leave."
At that, he kind of backs up a step back into his group. He unsheathes his sword and he says, "You better drop that little weapon, or you're gonna have to drop everything."
Sorry, guys, I'm taking a swing.
Yeah,
all right.
Well,
everybody roll initiative.
I was going to say, as he's going to do that, I'm trying to slink off to the side as much as possible.
So,
okay.
So
noted. I'll put you on the far left. All right, everyone, let's roll some initiative.
You got it. You got it, dude.
All right, 7. Well, Kikuchiyo's last.
Wow.
So Kikuchiyo is just like he's still like drinking his beer. He's got his feet up
says it
on the table.
wasn't sent to the tracker. Is that? Are you not seeing the 23?
I see the 23.
Okay.
Yeah, I see the 23.
So
I
7.
also got a 23.
I also got a 7.
7. Where's your roll?
I am a 23.
Oh, it's up high. Okay, sorry.
Guys, 1 second. The counter builder is being dumb. I'm gonna have to do this manually.
Go for a ride.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna take 33 minutes to go take a piss.
Okay. Everyone, let's take a quick bio break. Everyone has to pee or get refills.
Yep.
Yeah. BRB.
I got you.
So, someday, all the health is going to pull to the encounter tracker. Oh boy. All right. Is everybody back? I'm never on the thing. So, first up, who's got a higher dexterity between 7 and Axe?
I think
I'm at
we're-
16.
I'm at 17.
All right. 7, you are up first.
Awesome. Yeah.
Oh, you guys.
Oh, children. That's
I don't
awesome.
approve of this behavior.
You're a liar.
Awesome. All right. Well, I am, let's see, what, 15, 20. I'm going to move up on him.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack him with my short sword.
Okie dokes.
Hit him with a flurry of blows.
Nope. And with the 9, I miss, unfortunately.
Yes, you do. Did you want to flurry of blows?
And yeah, I'm going to flurry of blows.
Okay. I guess all the second level abilities now.
Yeah. 17 to hit
That hits.
for 6.
6 damage. All
And
right.
now, do I get 2? That's 2 unarmored strikes on a bonus action.
I think it's if you.
After you take the attack on your turn, you can spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmored strikes as a bonus action.
Awesome. Do it. Thank you for keeping on top. 12 does not hit.
Fantastic. All right, that's all I got.
All right. Next up is Axe.
I'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 up to here.
Okay.
And I am going to attack that guy with a dagger.
And you get advantage for some reason, right?
No, I
It's
don't get
sneak
advantage,
attack.
but I get sneak attack.
Hmm.
14 to hit.
14 is what you needed.
All right,
Oh,
for 10
sick.
damage.
For 10? Yeah,
Yeah.
so 7 comes up, punches this guy in the face, and then as he's kind of reeling, Axe swoops in behind, and as he runs by, just slices him right in the throat with his dagger, incapacitating him.
I'm sorry, mister.
He is donezo.
peasy.
And I've got. Actually, you know what? I will. Can I throw a dagger as my second?
Yes, but you don't get to add your proficiency bonus.
Okay. So I'm gonna target that guy right there.
Okay. It's going to be 18, and then what is your proficiency bonus? 2?
I did 1 damage. It's +3.
Right, but I don't think you can add your
proficiency is
proficiency.
+2.
Okay, so you
to
still
the
hit.
attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, to the attack is +2.
Yes, you still hit. So you do 4
4
piercing damage. Okay.
Yeah. Guys, how do you measure again?
It's the little ruler. It's like the circle with a little, it's like a power button. Yeah.
Underneath, yeah.
And that was this guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. For 4 damage. Okie dokes. Is that it?
Is there any shelter? Or can I try to hide behind 7
That would be
using my cunning action?
No, because you used your bonus action to do a
to
second.
attack. Yeah, got it.
If you have any movement speed, you could move.
No, I used my 30 feet to get up there.
Gotcha.
First time
Okay.
roguing. Fun.
Rogan, Jeff Rogan. All right, 2,
Joe
3.
Rogan?
Jeff. Okay, so this guy 5, 10, runs up here, and he's gonna make an attack with his short sword. Oop, let me turn on thing so it actually rolls to. Sorry, rolls to roll 20 tabs. Rolls with his short sword. Khouron, is a 10 hit?
For me?
Yes.
Hell no.
No.
All right, he's gonna take a second attack. There's a 9. A 9 doesn't hit. All right, so
Nope.
5, 10. That's just not his, and he's going to stay there in melee with you. And then the third red band ruffian, the one that you hit, is going to move 10, 15, 20, move up here, and attack the one that threw a dagger at him. Is it 12 hit?
No.
All right, he's going to take a second swipe at you. Ooh, not a natural 20, but 20.
Yeah, that'll.
As he
pretty
charges, he takes one swipe, and his inertia kind of overcarries him. You're able to dodge out of the way, but you're unable to get away from the backhanded swipe for 6 damage.
Jesus.
So 6 damage that slashes across your thigh.
Oh shit, dude, your thigh.
Boom, boom. That's the third. All right, Khouron, it's your turn.
So, I've been meleeing with this guy. He misses me twice.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of laugh at him and go, "Where'd you learn to fight? Kikuchiyo's mother?" And I get just laugh, and I just take a big swing with my axe right at this guy.
At the guy.
And-
all right, make an attack.
So, God damn it! Where is it? The fuck?
Actions.
So in
Yeah.
D&D, did you download the little roller thing?
I did,
you
yeah.
obviously,
So,
because you've been rolling checks.
sorry. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to use my hand axe, and I'm going to take a swing, and I'm going to say, "You'll be my first piece of gold towards my new axe."
Does you know me?
All right, yeah, that hits for 7 damage. One second here. Okay.
Okay. And I've got movement, right?
Yep,
If you move,
So-
you will provoke an attack of opportunity from him.
that is
Can move out
correct.
of his threat range.
Got you. So unless I back up, essentially.
No,
Uh,
unless you,
you can-
stay within his 5-foot bubble, like right
Yeah.
touching him.
Like you can move around anywhere here, but you can't like move back here, or else as you like lower your defense to move away, he would be able to take an attack on you.
Okay. And I can't take another attack on him right now.
You could action surge and give yourself a whole nother action. You get one of those per short rest, I believe.
Okay, I'd like to do that.
Okay, so in your let me just go to the campaigns really quick. Game rules.
Action
My
surges.
campaigns. You have to just mark that you done it. Sorry, I've never played a fighter before, so I don't really know.
It's just action surge. You get one action once per short rest.
Gotcha. All right, so you can make another attack, Matt.
Yeah.
Khouron.
With my hand axe. And I look at him and I'm just like, did that hurt? How does this one feel?
Bam!
Oh,
Yeah.
it feels bad, man.
So your first one you do is you slash him across, and then you actually just immediately whip back, and like with the hammer portion of your axe, you just smash him like right in the jaw, and you can just see a couple teeth like fly out as he like kind of staggers from your attack.
Still standing.
Still standing.
Motherfucker.
That last guy's got to go.
Let me take a
Unless
look
Khouron wants to
here.
try to move or something.
No. I'm assuming this is the guy that talks shit, so I'm going to stick with him.
Okay, so that was yours. Yeah, then this is the fourth guy. This guy is gonna see his friend not only getting beat up, but also getting shit on by this little dwarf. Let's check to see the movement distance. And he can make the distance, so he's gonna move up here, and he's going to make one attack against you, Khouron, with a 22.
Fuck.
And he's gonna hit for 7 damage.
God damn it.
Cool. He only gets one attack?
He gets a second attack, which he's going to swing and take against you, Kikuchiyo.
No way.
I don't think a 7 hits, does it?
No, it doesn't. My AC's
Not
not
yet.
that poor.
So he got a little overconfident, and he forgot that he wasn't fighting 2 dwarfs, and he like kind of got in too quick, but you're easily able to just kind of bat it away as he overextends himself.
Right on.
You said 7 damage?
Yes.
Fuck. All right, Kikuchiyo. Knock the shit out of him.
Well, Kikuchiyo's not too upset about the dwarf getting smacked, but yeah, I'm definitely going to attack that that heckin' guy over there with my great sword. Oh shit!
Oh.
Crit!
See you later.
Jesus.
So this guy comes up and swipes at you and misses. And as you've envisioned this moment so many times, and you've practiced this one move because you're like, this would be so cool if I could pull it off. As he makes a swipe, you bat down his weapon and do a full spin, kind of keeping your blade at an angle. So when you come back to face him, it's now above, and you just swipe down, continuing your arc, cleaving off his head and his shoulder as that was holding the weapon.
So cool. That's like in what's that movie with Qui-Gon Jinn? Shoot.
Star Wars?
Anyway.
Star Wars.
No, that guy. Rob
Liam
Roy.
Neeson?
At the end of Rob Roy, he like cuts this dude way down his neck to his chest. All right.
It's how you imagine warriors whose armor you're wearing fight. Like, this is how they actually do it.
Yeah, chopped him up.
Right
So
on.
he goes down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna use my action surge, and I'm gonna charge against the other guy. I'm gonna step over that dead body and attack that other guy.
Okay.
Let me click that little box for my action surge. Bada bing. And now let me click Let me click the attack button. Does 11 hit?
No. 11 is not hit. So you're a little overconfident and you're like, I'm going to do it again. And you try to kind of swoop down, but it's like, after seeing his friend fall prey to the exact same attack, just kind of steps to the side really quick and bats it away.
Very good.
Good.
That's all
I
I'm
get to kill
capable
him.
of.
All right. That's the end of the round. Back to the top of the round. 7. It's now your turn.
Fantastic. I'm gonna move myself right there.
Meow.
And, like, I'm coming from behind you, right? Meow.
Boom.
21.
Yes. Oof.
6.
For 6 damage. That's the third guy. Okay. Yes, you come around, you slash him, like kind of just above where the ass is.
Yeah.
On the back, trying to like get a little kidney shot. Okay.
All right, and then I'm gonna bonus action my unarmored strike with my claws,
Oof.
and completely miss. Fantastic.
Yeah. He kind of like arcs backward as you from the pain, and you just kind of like swipe right over him.
All right, that's my turn.
All right, that's your turn. Good damage. All right, Axe, what are you up to?
How's that guy looking that's in between us?
He's looking like he got slashed in the back and across the thigh. He's looking kind of roughed up.
All right. I'll hit him with the scimitar. 16 to hit for 4 slashing. I'm actually not trying to sneak attack right now. Sorry.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. All right. He's looking pretty hurt.
All right. I'm going to use the second attack with the dagger and try to stab him up underneath his chin if I can do it.
Okay.
Boom.
22 to hit for 9 damage.
That is more than enough to take care of him.
Cool.
Just as a little bit of flavor as he's going down, I make my face look exactly like his, and I stare him in his own eyes as he's dying.
You see a look of abject horror on his face as you do so.
Sicko.
I know, psychopath.
All
I'm
right.
a child again.
Boom, boom, boom.
I'm going to use my movement after doing that and get right up to there.
Okay. Whew. Sorry.
Oh, actually, you know what? Can I get over here, pick up my dagger? Is that a free action, or is that going to take an action to do so?
I would say that would be like at least a bonus action.
All right. Well, then fuck it. I'll just go right here.
Very aggressive.
Yeah, you don't have a belt of returning yet. Sorry.
Yeah, yet.
All right. Dead. Khouron, it is your turn.
So I have a question out of character.
Sure.
This dude's dead in the next hit, regardless of who it comes from. So I want to ask him, am I allowed to say something to him before I hit him? Or no? Like ask him a question?
I would say
I mean, each round is 6 seconds.
yeah. So I would say you could ask him something.
So what I'm asking,
And then,
can I ask him a question, and if I don't like his answer, hit him?
you can ask him a question. I'll say as a bonus action, and you can hold your attack until his response.
Okay, I'd like to do that
Who does
because
number 2 work for?
it's basically I want to try and get information out of him, and if I don't like it, I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah, I mean, you could also make a non-lethal attack, like just try and whack him in the head and knock him out, like you did your child this evening.
No. I want the option of killing him.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna ask.
What's your question?
So before my hit, I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna point my axe like right on his forehead and be like, "Your friends are dead, and you will be too. Tell us what we want to know about your little outfit and we might spare you.
Oh, well, it's a green jerkin, and I've got a red cape, and I got this embroidery on my belt.
All right. Is that your thing?
Well, that's my question. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want to do in your turn?
You have to wait for his action.
Yeah, he
until
does.
can respond.
Oh. So then it's going to cycle through everybody
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Got you. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that because I want to see if he understands that his friends are dead. None of us are dead. None of us are close to dying. I want him to understand the gravity of the situation, essentially.
Yeah.
So can I rephrase my question?
Sure.
Okay. So again, I put the tip of my axe right on his forehead and kind of just dig it in a little bit to where he can feel it.
He's not like on his knees. Like you guys are still in combat.
Yeah, that's an attack roll.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Fuck it. I'm going to hit him.
Okay.
All right. Hand axe this motherfucker. Damn.
Nope.
I'm gonna not hit him.
Okay. All right. He looks around at everybody, and he's going to take the disengage action. He's going to move his full movement. 5, 10, 15, 25. 25. 30. To do something. You guys don't know yet. And that's his turn because he had to take the disengage action. Yep.
He's out of my range.
I charge him. It's my turn, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I get all up in it, and just make a little rolly roll. Oh, oh no!
You missed.
This motherfucker.
Squirmy.
All right. Back up the top. 7. It's your turn.
Awesome. I'm gonna use my feline agility, which doubles my movement speed.
I forgot about this. God damn it.
Yeah, a fucking.
And I'm
Tabaxi
gonna
monk.
get right here, and I'm gonna use the grapple action against him to try to pull him down.
Okay. So it's a contested. You're making a strength check.
Oh, this should be fun.
Weakest kitty in the land.
Oh,
jeez.
fucker.
Natural 1. Come on.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Flurry him with...
So I'm gonna say you make the grapple and you go to tackle him, and he just completely leaps over you with a natural 20.
Oh,
shit.
Fantastic.
And you're actually you didn't roll a 1, so I'm not gonna make you go prone. But yeah, he just actually surge of adrenaline, literally his last legs. He rolled natural 20, so I have to do something cool.
No, absolutely. All right. I'm not prone, so I'm gonna also go right behind him and then bonus action Fury of Blows.
Okay. How many key points have you used?
1, so this will be number 2. Son of a bitch.
Man. Make it away. All right. I think you get one more.
Oh yeah, you get 2 flurries of blows.
That's true. Thank you.
For movement, we're using squares, diagonals.
15 to hit.
15 hits. 7. Yeah. So he leaps over you, and you actually are able to reach out and you grab his ankle, and you just slam him right into the ground. And you can just see the momentum and everything. You just see this kind of slow puddle of blood that's spilling out from where his face hit the ground. And that's enough to do it.
Fantastic.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I get my dagger.
I honestly thought he was gonna get away. I was so excited. I was like, "Fuck yeah! I'll get some reinforcements and fuck you guys up." So yeah, we're officially out of initiative. On a side note, I'm actually really impressed how efficient you guys were. I'm gonna have to make these encounter like this was a deadly encounter. Like you should have died to this, according to the CR system. So good job, guys. I'm proud of you.
Sweet.
Woo!
Well, crits really make that great sword sing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pick up my dagger and start rolling the guys that are up here.
Are there people that can see us? Are there witnesses?
Yeah, definitely. You see, let me go back.
Do they seem favorable?
Please?
Let's go back to the Fanlin. So this took place right about here. So you notice over
You might have been
here,
on the DM layer. Or
there's like a. Oh, sorry.
There we go.
Here.
All right.
So you saw a woman right here poking her head out of the door. And then you see actually Lilena from the Lion Shield Coster. See what's going on. And then you're looking around for people, make a perception check.
All right. Totally different screen.
The guy I just killed, I'd take his cloak.
Okay.
24.
Yeah.
24. Up in the second story window of the Townmaster's Hall, you see someone's face that when they see you look up at them, you see the curtain close really quickly.
Do I get a sense of who they are with a natural 20?
Nope. You saw a movement a couple 25, 30 feet away up on a second floor window. That's what you get with 24.
So I wanna grab a cloak.
Yeah,
But I
recommend turn to everybody to grab a
I'm
cloak.
trying to do this.
I also want to check one of the bodies.
Sure, go for it.
Okay.
I'm trying to roll the two that I was up nearby.
I just want to just search for something, see what they've got on them. You know, any gold or take a look at their sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
No gold on the ruffians actually.
Okay.
But they do have just like a basic short sword. Looks kind of cheap. They don't really have the best. They're not kitted out with like prime magic weapons or anything like that.
So they don't have like any rings or buckles that are in, other than the cloak or the cloak itself. There's nothing indicative that they're part of this little group.
Yep, that's pretty much. They kind of all are wearing just generic like leather armor.
Okay.
But the red cloak is like the symbol of their group. No like sigils or anything.
Is there any information or instructions or anything written on any of them?
Tattoos or
no
parchment in their cloaks or pockets.
I mean, like some of them have like bits and knickknacks in their clothes. One of them has a tattoo, but it's kind of worn and faded. Actually, who's looking for tattoos?
That was
7.
7. Make a history check.
8.
Yeah, it just looks like a bird tattoo. You're not quite sure what it means.
Birdie.
But it's pretty old and it looks kind of like, this is a nice looking bird.
Cute birdie.
So Kikuchiyo yells, "Come on, we can't stand here," and grabs one of those guys and starts dragging him towards the Townmaster's Hall.
Okay. Do the rest of you guys follow?
I just want to pop my head. No, I'm gonna run as fast as I can, like double dash into the Lion Shield Coster after having seen Lilena pop her head out, and Just tell her real quick. I told you we've got your back, and then head back towards them.
Noted.
I kind of just look at Lelena and wave to see if she's forgiven me.
She hasn't.
She looks at you kind of like with a. She still doesn't like you because you basically implied that she was a whore. But she
Canon.
respects what you guys did just now, and that you guys are a force to be reckoned with in this town. Begrudgingly, though.
Mm-hmm.
Begrudgingly for all of us.
Yeah, so if they're not dragging bodies towards the townmaster's hall, I'm just trying to pile them all in there. They can ask me what I'm doing if they want.
So you're just dragging these dead corpses up to what's basically City Hall.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good thing this town has no fucking guards.
X is not helping with this even a little bit.
There's like this kind of bureaucrat look person says, "Excuse me, what do you think you're doing?"
Think of taking these bodies to the townmaster. We need to talk.
Do you have an appointment?
I walk up and
I shake the body,
He turns around and he like half storms, half like flees up the stairs. And you hear some doors opening and closing in the townmaster's hall.
I'm going to go back into Stonehill Inn and grab Sildar and let him know the sense of urgency that he needs to come to the townmaster's hall with us.
I walk up to Kikuchiyo and I'm just like, never thought you'd see somebody so mad about taking the trash out.
Well, I think we're going to be the trash to these ones if we don't get inside. And I want to start like closing windows. If there's like any obvious way to like bar doors or anything. Got full paranoid.
Wait, where are we going?
Townmaster's hall.
And into the townmaster's hall. Yeah.
Okay. So 7, you and Sildar get back, and the door's locked to the townmaster hall. Apparently.
Fantastic, Sildar. Like, how do we get a meeting, or how do we get into the townmaster's hall?
Well, normally the doors are open. I'm not sure why they would be locked.
Sildar, are you aware of any sort of a business relationship?
Are you still outside, or are you inside the townmaster's hall, Khouron?
Oh, I guess
so I dragged that body inside, started barring doors.
Oh, so yeah, no, I was hanging out with Kikuchiyo.
Okay, so you're inside.
Yeah.
Kikuchiyo, let us in.
Kikuchiyo, you hear this loud banging on the door as Sildar like pounds on the door.
Who is it?
Kikuchiyo, let us in. This is no time for games. Let's go.
Open the door, right? Meow.
Open the door. Kitty always wants in, but then he's gonna want right back out.
Goddamn right.
So yeah, I let them in and I close and bar the door after them.
Okay.
Let's go find this townmaster.
All right, so you guys traipse up the stairs, Sildar in tow. You come up to a closed and locked door. Pretty ornate for being like a backwater village city hall. It's made of like really nice polished oak with these beautiful iron bands that have formed to look like trees. It's really well done. It's actually very surprising. You admire the craftsmanship, Khouron.
Yeah, I looked to Khouron and I kind of like mouthed to him like, think I can kick that open?
So I look at him and I'm like, not a chance. I'd like to, if I can, do a perception check. I just kind of,
Sure, what are you looking for?
Well, I'm a little intrigued that for this little rinky-dink podunk redneck backwater town has such a kind of nice town hall, and the fact that this person was visibly upset that we had I don't know, started like wiped out the town thugs, or at least some of them. So I want to just take a look around and see if I notice anything that might signify some sort of relationship between town leadership and these guys.
Sure. Make a perception check. Yeah, so you look around, and as you kind of look down the stairs towards the entranceway, what does jump out at you is that everything is very tasteful, but it's also relatively sparse. There's not a lot of extra trimmings, not a lot of flashy precious metals. It's basic common goods that have been worked very well and with skill. So that's something that jumps out to you, being a dwarf and having a artisan's eye, that these are people who are able to do quite a bit with not very much. And you don't necessarily see anything in the town hall that would necessarily raise your suspicion. So, there's no like stacks of red cloaks in a corner or anything like that.
I pound on the door.
From inside, you hear some quiet, muffled arguing, and then you hear kind of this like a meek, older, kind of like middle-aged voice. Hello?
We're not coming to hurt you. We just need to talk. We were attacked outside.
Who is this?
Well,
I look to Sildar and I say, "Make yourself known."
You guys make the NPC back and forth again.
Yep.
Sildar does that.
Yeah, Sildar does that.
Sildar does the thing. Sildar calls out, "Harbin, open the door, you fool!" Sildar, is that you? Harbin, I swear to God, open the door. He bangs on the door. You kind of hear it be quiet for a second. And then you hear kind of a lock unlatch and a door kind of just quietly peep open and then catch on a second chain lock. And out pokes his eye of a, middle-aged, town master Wester. Sildar, what are you doing with these outsiders and a corpse of a red brand?
Not 1, 4.
His one eye that you can see peeking out the door widens when you say 4. And Sildar says, "Let us in and we'll explain everything." And I guess now Sildar has to make a persuasion check.
I'm helping him. Can you do it with advantage?
How are you helping him?
I'm standing there saying, we don't mean to hurt you. We need an audience.
So it's a little late in the RP for that.
All right.
And Sildar did not roll very well. Harbin Wester, he kind of looks at him and says, "Anything you can say from out there."
Harbin, I mean this with the greatest respect, but
Who's this? Identify yourself.
My name's Axe, and you'll meet me in a second, whether you choose to open the door or not. I mean this with the greatest respect, but we're going to come in, and I'd like to do it with your permission, but we'll do it without, if that's the way it goes.
So I'm getting ready to kick the door in.
Make an intimidation check.
Can I assist with that by being a large man standing behind him, glowering?
I'm going to say if you guys want to assist with persuasions, you generally need to participate in the persuasion, like during the persuasion.
16 for the intimidation.
16? You hear this loud sigh. He says, "Oh, all right." You can hear the door. He closes the door, and you can hear the latch unlock the chain. He opens the door. He says, might as well come in.
Thank you. That's most gracious. We really appreciate it. All we wanted to do is talk.
I drag the body in.
Well, that's all I wanted to do is talk.
What? State your business.
So, these red brands, they seem to be causing problems. We just left the inn, and they got like really mean, and then we had to defend ourselves, and now here we are. Kikuchiyo?
How soon do you expect them to come? After we slew them in the town square.
Oh, I can't believe that you did this. All you're doing is causing trouble with them.
Well, what were we supposed to do? They attacked us. Were we not supposed to defend ourselves?
You're
There's
not
no law in
supposed
this
to
town.
murder them in broad daylight.
It was them or us. What, you want us to just die instead? You're the town master. Aren't you supposed to protect the town? We're trying to help, but
You have no idea what situation you've put me in.
you're right. I don't. But if you could just help explain. I mean, we're obviously we're very new to the town, but we have the best of intentions. The more information you can share, that maybe the better we can help.
The red brands are a nuisance, yes, but they keep a general sense of order in the town. That
They hit me for 6 points of damage. That's not a nuisance.
I don't understand what that means, but
Sense of order by extorting shopmakers.
how is that any different than a tax that's levied by the king?
Boy.
I kind of shrug. The king doesn't necessarily always kill you.
That's true. They've started to overstep their bounds, but I am in no position to dispute them. They came as a small force at first, but they grow in number every 10 day.
Where did they come from?
I don't know from whence they came,
No
but
one knows where they came from.
If you say that they keep on growing in number and you're okay with them so far, I mean, what do you expect to happen in another 10 day or another 10 day or another 10 day? How long are you going to be okay with this?
Make a perception roll or an insight check.
He's on the make.
21.
Yeah. You are pretty familiar with the faces of emotion. Being someone who has to fake and mimic human emotions. And this is a very easy call for you. This is a look of moderately concealed panic and anxiety, knowing that he is helpless to combat the red brands, and then also denial as well, that they are actually a threat to his authority as a town master, and to the town itself. So you kind of see this desperation in his eyes as you're saying, well, what about, if they get bigger? What if they get more powerful?
When I start to see that in him, I'm just going to sort of look straight at him and say, what's your end game? Because this isn't sustainable. We're here. We can possibly help you, but what you're doing, if we walk away, it's only going to get worse. The only recourse is to have us help you. Is that something that you want? If not, we can walk right out. We can leave you with these corpses and we can get out of here, and they're yours to deal with.
He kind of looks to Sildar, and Sildar just kind of nods. I don't know what to do.
How many fighting men are there in this town? Who can we raise?
If there were fighting men in this town, the red brands would not have been a problem in the first place. They kill anyone who stands up to them. The woodworker Teldar was murdered 10 days ago, and his wife and daughter have gone missing since.
That's another question that we have. What do you know of the wife and daughter?
Nothing.
Where
Are
were
there
they
any
last
fighting
seen?
women?
If only that were so, we would not need the men.
Not a single man among you can lift a spear.
We're
You're going to let
farmers and
bandits?
miners, not
I saw
trained soldiers.
I saw the way the smith swings a hammer. You'd swing that at a face instead of a anvil, and bad things are going to happen to whoever he swings at. I wouldn't want to get in his way.
We can frighten them off now if we attack with your assistance. Rouse every man in the village, and we'll move on the inn now. They'll flee.
I wouldn't risk an open combat with the Red Brands. It would be better to attack them in their nest and to flush them out.
You seem to be the one with the most information here. So what can you tell us about their nest? And I mean, I have lots of other questions that actually don't even pertain to these Red Brands, and we'll get to that in a second. But these Red Brands, what do you know about where they stay? Do you know anything about their leader?
We're not sure about who the leader is, but I have heard references to a glass staff, whatever that means. A sorcerer, I'm sure, who might be the driving force between them. There's also rumors that they employ orcs and goblins and bugbears in their employ as well.
This, and I look to the rest. Look to Sildar. These threads are starting to come together in a way that makes me really uncomfortable, and you can see my literal skin start to just crawl.
That's cool, actually. You know what? Take a DM inspiration for that.
All right,
that's pretty cool.
So I mean, and I'll sort of look to Sildar, and I'm just going to totally disregard the town master at this point. Just start talking to him. So with Gundren being taken by the goblins and the bugbears, and these Red Brands that are also seem to be maybe having something to do with it. There seems to be something bigger going on here, and this is very uncomfortable. So, what do you think, Sildar?
I agree that more information is needed. We should find out wherever these Red Brands are hiding out, find out as much as we can, and see if we can take care of this glass staff and eliminate this threat once and for all.
What do you guys think?
I think they'll come for us before we have a chance to come up with any high-minded plans.
I think I want my axe.
With us having their robe,
I'm right here for you, bud.
I think it's a chance for us to gain a little more intel from the sleeping giant. If my little changeling friend here is able to go in and survise more information.
Just real quick, I would super appreciate it if you guys stop referring to me as a changeling. That totally blows everything, just for what it's worth.
Okay, so for the record, I've always referred to you as Axe.
I need you guys in like the royal sense.
So I'll tell you what, for every time someone calls me a goblin or an orc, I will call you a changeling.
That's not fair to me. Other people are dicks.
Well, my insults have no effect on Kikuchiyo. 7 doesn't say or do enough for me to insult him, so you're my only target.
I will look to the town master.
So I have a question.
Yep.
Out of character. Sam, how much about the layout of the town do we know about as of right now? Do we only know of the places we've been to and have been told about?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say, that over to the east end of town, there is this pub, the Stone Giants Inn or something. I forgot what it's called.
Sleeping Giant.
Sleeping Giant, thank you. It's late.
So are you looking at the map?
Yeah.
I know nothing of this area right here. Hold on. I know nothing of here.
Trezendar Manor.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, so I look to the town master, and if Axe is done, I want to ask a question.
Actually, you know that this is here, you did see it coming in because you see how it's kind of on a hill.
Yeah.
As you came in, you're able to see it over here.
So if Axe is done, if not, I'll wait. But I have a question for the town master.
I mean, I just had one more little flourish.
Sure.
I'd pull out one of the cloaks that I'm dragging along, and I look to him and say, you've been with these guys for a while, and they seem to be just sort of thugs by what I've seen so far. Do they seem to really have any cohesion between them, or are they just sort of, I don't know, independents that are just trying to make a buck working with each other? Like if someone showed up and I'll sort of turn around and drag the cloak over my back and then make my face look like one of the dudes that we just killed and turn around and look like it and present myself to him. And I say, if someone presented themselves like this, do you think they'd notice any difference?
First off, he's freaked out that you did that. Secondly,
Try to warn you.
I don't know enough about them to know if they are tight-knit and organized. But it seems they're growing at a fast enough rate, and they are mercenary enough where you might be able to sneak in
and
impersonate
know of anyone
one
who is of a higher station in the area? Maybe not a leader, but
they all seem to report to this glass staff.
fair enough. And I drop the cloak. Thanks. Appreciate it. And X is done for right now.
Okay.
I'll just sort of sit back and start thinking about what's going on.
So I look to the town master and I say, the manor on the hill, east of the sleeping giant. What do you know of it?
It's Tresendar Manor. It belonged to an old family prior to the collapse of the first Phandalin settlement. It's a ruin at this point. Rumors of deep underground cellars that was used in times of conflict. It was one of the last holdouts of Phandalin when the orc raiders came in centuries ago.
And there's been no activity seen since?
None that I've heard of, but it's difficult to tell. There's a copse of woods just below it that one could sneak in and out of. But they'd have to have some sort of secret entrance.
Wink.
Mm-hmm.
So I look to Axe and I say, these red bastards are all concentrated on the east side of this town. I have a deep feeling Tresendar Manor has something to do with this.
I think you might be right.
Mm.
And I will turn to Pip and say, I think I need to go see my friend.
They did speak of a tunnel that they almost got ambushed in.
Where's that
Just-
little bastard?
From a flavor point of view,
Mhm.
Axe will often just change shape to sort of emote what he's talking about, and
Mhm.
if that isn't coming through, like
You got to do it
if
with
I'm-
your face.
I actually can't. I'm not a shape changer myself, so I can try real hard, but I like. All right, I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna do some Jim
Thank you.
Carrey work.
So I look to the town's master again. I say,
Are you like the face stealer, Derek?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
so I look to the town master and I
I'm
say,
like a boy art.
Sorry, Matt, you say?
I said, so I look to the town master and I just kind of stare at him and I say, well, we have a direction. What can you offer us to help us on our journey? 4 of them did quite a bit of damage to us as it stands.
I don't
Kikuchiyo
have...
laughs. He loves this.
Except for
dwarf.
Kikuchiyo, who got a lucky roll.
I don't have anything but Sister, who would have some? Sister Gariel might have some potions of healing.
Can I get a spelling on the name?
Garaele.
Okay.
So me being my my dwarven self, I looked at the town master. Is there any way you could perhaps talk to the smithy? Ask him to maybe step up a battle axe for me. Perhaps sanction it?
Take care of these red brands, and I'll talk to the smithy. He seems a little bit more assertive now.
Okay, so then so I'm like, okay.
He's getting a little confident, there's a glimmer of hope for him.
So I stare at him and I said, to clarify, if we take care of them, you will ask the smithy to make me a battle axe.
Aye.
And I look at Axe and I go, 2 battle axe.
I'm your battle axe.
Must be 3, I think.
So how will Sister Gariel know that we come with your word?
Easy. We take him with us.
I am not leaving.
I don't really think that he's going to be that interested in it.
To be honest with you, I think leaving him out of our adventures from here on out as much as possible is better for his interest and ours.
Perhaps your bureaucratic assistant can talk to her for us on our behalf.
Yes, where is that little worm?
I mean,
She's literally standing right next to him.
She did see us take out 4 in the town square. I don't know what other grace we need to offer for
holy women don't always take kindly to murder.
So quick question, again out of character. Are we on the same level that we saw a face peek out of the window?
Yes.
Okay. What was it you that was watching what happened down below?
It was.
So you saw.
Yes.
What do you have some sort of a writ? Can you get someone to bring some parchment so that we can bring something to Sister Gariel so that she trusts us?
Yes, that would do. Actually, he turns around to his desk. This is like his office space up here. He turns around to his desk.
He smashes a printer. Office space.
He pulls out a quill and some paper and parchment. He starts writing a letter. He folds it up and he takes it, does the wax and he seals it. And he hands it to you. Give this to Sister Gariel, and she'll be able to assist you in some way. She might have limited potions. Usually, Adabra Gwyn is the midwife who brews most of the healing potions for the city. But she's out on Umbridge Hill and not close enough to be of any assistance right now.
What can we do with the dead below so they're not wasting away in your hall?
We'll take care of it. We'll put the corpses in the dungeon if we have to.
All right.
Is there anything else that you are seeking from adventurers such as us in these sort of trying times? Obviously, we're doing a lot to try to help you out, but I also don't know. We came in asking a lot, and we haven't really given you a chance to talk about anything that you might be thinking about.
There is actually one issue that we need help with. There are reports of orc scouts farther east on the Tribor Trail by Wyvern Tor. I'm willing to give 100 gold pieces to anybody who could take care of that problem for us. If the orc scouts identify Fandlin as weak, I don't want to have another horde flowing into the valley.
This might be something we could do, or maybe
Mhm.
something else that could get taken care of along the way. Sorry, tribal trail east towards.
Wyvern Tor.
We don't need to be picking another fight right now. Let's take care of the red bastards, and then we'll go after the orcs.
I'm starting to really like stabbing stuff, though.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Do you like being stabbed by 2 different enemies?
No, that actually sucked really hard. That's why I want to go
Yes.
talk about these healing potions, because I'm still bleeding.
So I'm gonna just assume that as a dwarf, sticking with dwarf mythology, that I've had run-ins with orcs in the past. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it alone. Let's just go get the potions.
Kikuchiyo, he sits down, puts down his sword in the townmaster's hall, and he says, "I'll guard the townmaster's hall," and he lays on his back and tries to catch some Z's.
Okay.
Is this a place where we might sit down and take a rest for a moment? Can we lock the door and have your people take care of the bodies and just?
And I think that is a perfect place to call it for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys barricade the doors in and hope that these 4 guys no one notices that they're missing, you settle in for a stressful night of rest, an afternoon of rest, as you plan your assault on what you believe to be the headquarters of the Red Brands.
Love it.
All right.
Awesome.
I think that's a good stopping point.
That was a great shopping episode.
Great shopping episode. Really upset a lot of really important quest-giving NPCs. Really excited.
I tried to mitigate damage as much as possible.
Oh, that was so
delightful.
funny. I was like, this is perfect.
Well,
All right.
all right. Good game,
Well,
guys.
Yeah. Thank you all. Sam, once again, thank you for stellar
I had a blast.
DMing. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Great time, guys.
I would encourage you guys to, over the
Level up.
next week, add, let's see here, everyone gets 100 XP. You don't get a level up already. What are you talking about?
How do we do that?
Manage experience.
So you go to your character
Uh-huh.
and manage levels. Or no, manage experience. Sorry.
Okay.
And just add 100.
Oh.
Mr. Townmaster, is there anywhere I can go to get another 410 XP?
Somehow I went backwards.
Did you set your XP?
I did. Oops.
Derek, what's your new XP at?
490.
That's what I thought. Okay. Oh, I got that. There you go. You guys, you only need 410 more XP. I mean, that's what?
Okay,
4 red band ruffians apiece? You guys
Come
can
on,
do that.
DM. We were supposed to die in that fight. You can't give us 200 XP.
If it was any easier, you would have got less XP.
Whatever.
D&D actually is
He's not a
very good rule.
shopkeeper. He's a person.
He's my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
He's also the god in this scenario.
But gods have
he can
stat
bring
blocks.
a red dragon
I am
anytime
more
he
than
wants.
I am greater than God, D&D. Gods have stat blocks. I am fate incarnate.
I'm the god of the gods.
So, you think we'll do some play-by-post over the week, doing like planning and doing our errands?
Yeah, I could say do some errands. Really quickly, Kikuchiyo, make a perception check as you look out the
Cool.
window.
Yeah. My Kikuchiyo went a little bit paranoid. after that
While you're
mess.
napping.
He's got experience with bandits and also getting into trouble in towns. It's a 10.
Yeah, so you don't notice anything out of the ordinary, and that's the weird part. Like everyone is just kind of like going about their day as if nothing just happened. So it seems like because especially you kind of thinking back, you start to realize like, okay, like no one is alerting their red brands to what's just happened. Like they're not like they don't have the hearts and minds of the people. Like they're a bunch of thugs.
So
The town's on our side.
No
Yeah.
one's narking on you guys right now.
So it's kind of, to me, I'm like, it's weird that a bunch of people that hate a group of people that we just happened to kill a bunch of didn't say anything to them.
Mhm.
Yeah,
We're not the
they also
favorites
don't
either,
want to bring anything. They don't want to bring anything on themselves.
I guess
Exactly.
they don't really know who we are, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't
There's
have a
only
name yet. They don't know who
for
we are.
you. Yeah. So I would say if you guys want to go around town, run some errands before there, plot out, maybe even do some scouting. You can do all that throughout the week, and then next Saturday, if you guys want to, we can actually go through whatever you discover to be the Red Brand headquarters.
I mean, is it too much to lay out a structure of sort of what I'm thinking about right now?
Yeah.
I mean, I want to talk to the sister, and I want to go and talk to the little kid.
Okay.
I want to go to the smithy.
Okay.
I just want to see if I can. I'm going to go to the smithy, just slam a red cloak down and be like, problem solved. See if I can get my axe earlier.
I don't think it's
Matt, if you just paid the 30 gold, you would have had your axe for this
If
fight.
I just paid the 30 gold, I'd be down to 19 gold.
right.
What are you
but
going to
also,
spend it on?
look at the pace in which you're earning gold.
Right?
Okay. I'm a dwarf. I don't want to lose gold. I just want to get gold.
Makes you think
Well,
this
best
is
way
like,
to get
more
gold
like
is with
Dragonkin.
Yeah.
So real quick, before we go, I'm gonna try very hard to be active on the role play this week. Okay.
Cool.
Good.
And
Because here's the thing, it's fun.
I
It
know.
is.
I'm not denying that it's fun. Like, guys, with the new job, like I'm working a lot right now. So I apologize for not being active.
I feel
But-
like I also started a new job not really.
I mean, I've done the same job for 16 years, so there's something to be said there.
Okay,
I get it, bud.
But what I'm saying is there something I need to download in addition to this that would help me play, or?
So the only thing you need to do is I sent you some instructions of how to link your character into Discord, right?
Yep.
So
It's
Through
like
D&D Beyond.
like exclamation beyond and then your link.
okay,
Do you remember I sent you? It's in our text messages.
text messages. Okay, I'll have to
I
look
can
at
walk you through it. You don't have to do it tonight.
You're gonna have to do that with me sometime.
Yeah, literally all you have to do is just I'll help you link, and then you just chat like you're Khouron, like doing his
Gotcha.
role play.
Gotcha.
And then if I'm like Khouron, make a persuasion check. You just do exclamation check persuasion,
Okay.
and it is like a code in the program, and it will do a roll, just like when you press the little icon on D&D Beyond, or you see in the role play chat.
Okay. So
So I would say tomorrow, if you have some free time when Lucy is napping, just kind of like scroll through it to get a feel of how everybody's doing it.
okay.
Dave, for your question, generally, if I'm like narrating something, it's in italics. If I'm like out of character, it's usually in parentheses. Or like I just say it as DM because I have NPCs and I have a DM. But you also feel free to just like DM me private message me if you have just a question about something.
The fuck is going on?
He's
Someone's
intimidating.
doing intimidation checks.
It's fine. It's just going on.
You're trying to intimidate the DM super hard right now. I see it. Great.
I mean,
So that's you
It's
pressing
working.
the buttons. Yeah, there's your intimidations. But I'm not really picky. I do think though we should maybe figure it out because it definitely will probably make your life easier when you're trying to cut and parse everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Sorry,
I think
Matt,
that italics for roleplay, straight up just text for talking, and then parentheses for out of character is a good way to go.
Yeah.
So can I do a test? Can I do a test check in the Discord?
Yeah. Did you link your thing?
No.
Yeah, let me share my screen so I can show you how to do it.
All right, I'm gonna kill the recording at this point.
Yeah.
If anybody ever watches this in the history of the world,
Thank you.
thank you. I
This
hope
is
you
how
enjoyed.
D&D. This is real D&D, boys.
Hmm.
All right.
All right.
So